May the grace and the peace of God the Father and Son Jesus our Lord be with you today as I welcome you again to your morning devotion right here on the Home Based Ministries Network. This is your composure. Good morning to Evangelist Dexter Friday, Sambury, De La Rosa. God bless you, man. God bless you. We are in the book of Matthew and we are proceeding from verses 22 right now. After Matthew quotes from the book of Isaiah to align prophecy to Jesus as the Christ. He tells us that a man was brought to him who was possessed with the devil, blind and dumb. Matthew writes that the man was healed. So every named issue of the man was described and seen as an affliction. Seeing healing most times aligns with sickness, so we see here that healing also aligns with spiritual persecutions and alignments. So healing is not only restricted to physical but clearly also to the spiritual. Now upon healing the individual of the three named ailments, the scripture tells us that the blind and dumb man was able to both speak and to see. At which point there is neither no other reference made to the demon or the possession which he had experienced. No, of the three ailments named, the two belong to the body, being sight and speech, and which also would align to two sensations, or senses being sight and taste, while the other is the only which is and can be spoken of as an intruder to the body, and does not belong, being the devil or demon which also inhabited the body of the man. When we then see with the absence of the mention of the demon which inhabited the body, the two areas of function which were mentioned were restored or functioned. Now, although it was not mentioned as yet in its clearest way here, any foreign demonic entity can oppress the senses or natural functioning of the body, manifesting in sickness or the suppression of the correct functioning of the human body. For instance, sight, taste, smell, speech, hearing, touch, mobility, expression, thought, response, intelligence, and intellect in different ways. All of these can be affected by the habitation of any foreign demonic entity attached to the body. In some cases, irreparable damage even after the departure of the entity. Any foreign entity that is allowed to possess you has the ability to affect your body and give controlling influence either temporarily or for long-lasting durations. A child of God cannot be possessed by any foreign entity because the spirit dwells within you. But depending on your lifestyle, the said child of God can be oppressed. They are two entities entirely different outcomes and occurrences. Now, if you clearly understand then, it would mean that your born again experience certainly has left no room for any filthy demon to take possession of you, simply because his spirit already dwells there. So, because of the presence of the spirit which is your seal, there will be no other inhabitants. Possession will occur in the absence of the spirit, as in the case of unbelievers. This is confirmed seeing that every scripture with any demonic interaction is literally driven out by Jesus, or when Jesus comes into the picture. Once Jesus is in the picture, the filthy demons or demons move. That's an undeniable fact and shows us the power of the born-again experience. Seeing, however, the effects over time with the scriptures of how demons or demonic habitation of individuals manifest, we are able to identify that by certain diagnosis through the scriptures that spiritual forces influence many different ailments in the human body, from mental to physical abnormalities and circumstances. So some ailments are indications that there may be some spiritual influence or force behind them. This takes careful discerning to be established. Healing is achieved by the interjection of the authority of Jesus in the life affected, aimed directly at the ailment. To remove the source of the spiritual influence, there is only room for the one. Believers, if you recognize certain influences manifesting in your lives which should not, addictions, things which cause and encourage immoral acts of the body, programs which influence the functioning of the body, causing insatiable lust, heightened aggravation, or increase in certain action, speech, causing the suppression of more good than wrong. If you truly want to rid yourself of whatever it may be, fill the space with Jesus. He leaves no room for any other thing, allowing the overtaking of all things and are influenced by Him in your lives. I am showing you liberty from every situation of fear, worry, mental situation, oppression of the body. I'm telling you today that when Jesus is given that place, when He is in that given place in your life, there will be no room for anything else. Every demonic influence has to be removed and give way to the authority in the presence of His name, canceling out pain, sickness, cancer, trauma, guilt, anxiety, cancers. Father, hear our prayer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. This is Pastor Solomon de la Rosa. In God's grace.